And good morning and welcome to the Ricky Smiley Morning Show. In studio with me as a guest, the person I haven't seen probably in over a decade. Want to welcome to the Ricky Smiley Morning Show, Carlos Spencer.
What's going on, man? How you doing today?
And that is great. I'm doing wonderful. Good to see you. I followed you on Facebook for a while.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that.
And a lot of people, you know, Carlos being an original 716 guy.
That's it. The phone number has never changed and never will.
He's from here. A lot of us know him, but we're here this morning to talk about something that you've done in terms of changing people's lives.
Yes,
it's
sir.
A book entitled Activate Student Success.
Yes.
And before we go into the book, tell us about Carlos. What are you into?
Carlos V. Spencer. I'm born and raised Buffalo, New York. Like you said, 716. Although I may move, leave, come back, go, the phone number will never change. I'm a man of God, first and foremost, a father. I love my beautiful children. I'm a playwright. I'm also a consultant, so I get a chance to speak as well.
Now, on that note, with all of that on your resume, how did this book, and ladies and gentlemen, it's called, I like the title "Flip the Switch."
Yeah.
You know,
Talk to me.
You make me think too much when you say activate student success.
That's all right.
Flip the switch.
I can talk to you about that.
How did this book come about? How did you get to the point where you put this together?
So interestingly enough, the first book was Flip the Switch, and that was more for adults. And my mentor, Dr. Debbie Thompson, she said, you need to write a book for students as well. Mm-hmm. And so I took that book, which is called Flip the Switch, and I wrote one for students. Okay. It's Activate Student Success, Flip That Switch.
So this is possible if we can get the other one too?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Folks, this book is, and me being the crown prince of the kingdom of procrastination, this book will get you up and make you move. What I like about it, number one, it's easy to read.
Yes.
It's not too long. It gets to the point right away. Mm-hmm. And there is no point in the book where you end up beating up yourself for not reaching a certain point.
I like that.
You know, if you don't do this, and there's also room in the book to journal.
Yes.
Is that the same in the other one as well?
Same in the other one as well. So at the end of every chapter, we want you to capture something, right? We don't want you to just read it and leave it. We want you to write down some of your actual thoughts and some things that came to mind while you were reading that chapter.
So you said it was it's available right now.
Yes, it is.
You can get it on Amazon for $20. But your journey to make this happen, what made you do this?
So I'm a project of the Buffalo Public School System. Mm-hmm. And so when I graduated Buffalo Public Schools, I had the privilege of being able to go on to college, go into a higher education. I had a beautiful home life. A lot of students don't have the same opportunities that I had. And so a lot of students, I come to find that they're not thinking about what they want to do after they leave high school. And so this book is to trigger them to start to think about, what do I want to do with my life?
Okay, so this is good for a freshman?
It's good for a freshman. It's really good for those making a transition. So say that middle school student going to high school, high school student going to college, college going into your life, or high school going into the workforce. Really good making that transition. A freshman could pick it up as well, but definitely good for those students transitioning. You
said middle school, and the thing about it is you've got to see the book, ladies and gentlemen, because this is a learning experience, but it's an ongoing learning experience.
For sure.
In other words, if your middle schooler gets the book and begins to go through the situation, and hopefully the parent would also get a copy of the book, and they can go into what I call a process.
Yes.
And that process will make them think differently than those who do not have this going on.
And you talking good this morning.
Because now you're setting goals.
Yes.
But you're recognizing steps to set goals.
Most definitely.
And like I said, you really don't chastise. You don't tell them, oh, you failed.
Yeah, no.
You know, you didn't quite make this mark. And there's a portion of the book where you talk about giving back. Mm-hmm. And the ages that you're talking about, it's great to instill that in people in our community.
For sure.
But you decided to do this after how many years?
So, man, that's a good question. I had the book written, done. I'm talking cover, everything done over 5 years. It just was kind of sitting on the shelf because I love writing. Mm-hmm. And so after writing the first book, I went and wrote the second one, but just was procrastinating on getting it out. So about 5-6 years ago, it was really laid upon my heart with my mentor and myself to go ahead and get this done. And now it was the time to actually get it into students' hands.
Yeah, definitely now, because one of the things that happened, and I'll go back to COVID, kids got to sit home.
Yes.
And sitting home is tantalizingly destructive because you're not doing anything but looking at the screen, and you're not
Listen.
responsible to learn because the classroom is virtual.
Right.
So a lot of people fell back. And then there's the how do I say this? The negative attitude toward intelligence in our community. If you're smart in school, you're a nerd, which is
Right.
not a good thing. You're not really cool. But you make it almost a necessity. You can be your own superhero. Here's how you do that.
Yes.
So how has the reception come, and how long has the book been out?
So the book's been out just this year. This
Okay.
year, 2024. Reception has been very well. Those who've read it, I've got a lot of great feedback from it. Even from young people, I got a lot of great feedback from it as well. And now I'm talking to administrators and schools because I play college football. So a lot of my friends are either administrators in schools, some superintendents, principals, some even teachers. And so I went to them like, this is a good idea, but hey, you're in a school setting. You're in the school system. What do you think about it?
Okay.
And got some really good feedback about what we're looking to do with this information because it seems like it's definitely meeting a need.
Now, speaking of feedback, what do the students that came back to you say about the book?
So young people who read it, it's easy to read. It's great information, easy to get into. It's not a long read.
Right.
And it's also that speaking directly to them. Activate is a beginning section. I love that one because it deals with goal setting, deals with mindset. So some young people who have got their hands on it have got an opportunity to say, hey, this is something I'm thinking about now. I may not had this thought before, but I want to think about it now.
Now, what's going forward? Sorry about that. We're going forward into 2025,
Yes.
actually.
Yes.
And you're saying you're getting positive affirmations from, say, administrators and adults, and you're also getting positive feedback from
Yes.
those who have taken advantage of it. You've got a section in here called Next Level or Higher Education.
Higher education. Yes, sir.
And I found it fascinating, that section, because that not only deals with going up into from middle school to high school, and from high school to college, but it tells you to keep going. A lot of people that's what they're going to do. They're going to do high school, and they're going to a trade, or
Right.
they're going to do high school and they're going in, and they're going to get a trade in the military. 'Cause
Exactly.
a lot of people I know that went to the military are now in the 6 or 7 figures based on what they learned in the military. But you sort of gave me the impression that you were saying, don't stop.
Yeah, most definitely. For me, like I said, again, I had the opportunity of going further. So I went to a higher education and I was thrown into it, right? My father died when I was 19, so he wasn't there. My mother was there, of course, doing the best that she could. Me and my 4 brothers, we grew up in the inner city of Buffalo. College was new. I was the first college student out of the 9 grandchildren to go to college.
Really?
So this was a total new experience for me. And then I went to University of Buffalo, 500 students in a class. You're talking about a teacher speaking with a microphone on. So this was a whole different world. So I want to encourage some other people to go forward and to have some knowledge of what you're going to encounter before you get there. That would have made it easier for me.
Some knowledge of what you're going to encounter before you get there. So if I were to ask you, Carlos, what's the most important thing in a couple of sentences that you could say about this particular work, what would you tell me?
Ties into both books, and this is where they came from. And back to what you said about flip the switch. We're in this room. Whoever's in any room that you're sitting in right now, if you turn the switch off, the electricity doesn't leave. It's still present in the room. You just have to flip the switch to activate what's already there. That's the premise of the first book. That's the premise of the second book. You actually have what's there, and sometimes it's lying dormant. You just need to flip the switch and activate what's already present. Once we turn this switch on, electricity doesn't just come from nowhere. It's here. We've just closed that circuit, and we have allowed something that's already present to show its power. That's what this book and the other book is designed to do. We want to show you the things that are inside you and present and activate it.
Wow. Activate Student Success. That's the name of the book, folks. And the subtitle is Flip the Switch. And then you say something that I've known for a while, but you got it in print, so folk will remember it. Success is a lifelong learning journey. In other words, it's not just a destination.
That's it.
Success is on the way.
Success is on the way.
Hey, thank you for stopping by.
Thank you for having me.
Ladies and gentlemen, please get the book. The book will change your life. If you read it, it's easy. You can do it on your lunch hour.
Yeah.
Not the whole book. You can do a couple hours,
Yeah.
a couple of chapters on each lunch hour.
Yes, sir.
And it's great to support somebody from Buffalo
Appreciate
with
you.
this kind of success, and hopefully you'll change a lot of people's lives.
I appreciate that.
It is called Activate Student Success. Before we go, I got to ask you this. You said Amazon. Where else is it available?
So if you go to @CarlosV.Spencer, that's my middle initial, @CarlosV.Spencer on any social media, particularly Instagram, you can find me and you can find information on the book.
All right. Thank you, Carlos. Ladies and gentlemen, Activate Student Success. Don't miss it. And, of course, it's going to be something that will change the way you think about your life, which, of course, will change maybe the direction of your life. And that journey you're on won't feel so hard. You'll get to the success.